The King's back! Thank y'all once again for tuning in to the one and only Blake Check. It's the culture commentator, King Blake, tapping in again with y'all. More content for your head top, and let's keep it rolling. Now today we gotta do something real disturbing, gang. Like, I gotta talk to y'all, man. Like, it's about this Tiffany Haddish and Aries thing, right? I don't know if y'all seen the recent news. Tiffany Haddish and Aries, they going viral right now. Their names is trending because there's a skit that they did a couple years back, it would appear, and people are starting to wonder, based on this skit, should they be charged, right? So you say to yourself, what kind of skit is this, where people consider if they should be charged for a crime, right? So in the skit is about, I'm gonna give you the premise. The skit is about a mother who's letting her pedo uncle watch her kid, right? And now we're finding out also that the kids involved in this skit, they're suing because they feel like they were done wrong, and the public is considering, should charges be filed against them? So the boy in the video, he appears to be about the age of 10. He's about 14 now, and he's saying, and let me just give you the description of it, right? So it says his name is John. John spends most of the video clad only in underwear as Spears' character leers at him through two holes cut into a newspaper he pretends to read. During the sketch, the camera zooms in suggestively on the 7-year-old's buttocks, he was 7, and crotch while he plays. Spears sprays baby oil onto the child's back and massages it into his shoulders in one scene. And at another point, the child plays with a train in a manner that suggests phallic masturbation. In another sequence, Spears smokes a cigarette while observing the child nude in a bathtub and pours water on his feet. So the boy John is now recalling his experience as he's older, and he adds that I had to kick and scream and cry, and Tiffany came and told me to let him touch me. When I kept crying, Tiffany got mad at me, told me to get dressed, and took me home. I remember her yelling at me in the car, telling me that I would never get on TV acting like that. I know now that they are fucked up for what they did to me, the 14-year-old boy stated, and none of this is my fault. So they tried to shoot this content, this skit, whatever you want to call it, for Funny or Die. And Funny or Die was contacted by the Daily Beast, and they issued a statement and said Funny or Die found this video absolutely disgusting and would never produce such content. We were not involved in the conceptualization, development, funding, or production of this video. It was uploaded to a site as user-generated content and was removed in 2018 immediately after becoming aware of its existence. So, man, I with a lot of my videos, I like to post the video ahead of my commentary, so that way people could see exactly what I'm talking about. This shit is so disturbing. I'm not even going to risk getting a strike on YouTube, because I don't even know how this would be allowed to even be in existence. Like look at the details. The whole, like, if you search Tiffany Haddish or Aries on Twitter, their videos floating around on Twitter, and this is only a part of the clip. I don't even think we've seen the whole thing yet, because there's parts that Tiffany Haddish plays in it where there was a young girl involved, which was John's older sibling, and they said she had her motioning like she was giving head or something crazy to that effect, right? So now when you look at Aries in this, he had the holes in the newspaper, watching the little boy play with toys on the floor in front of him, half nude in just his underwear, while R. Kelly Bump and Grind was playing in the background. The boy starts, as described previously, jerking the train in like a jerking off motion, and then it ends with the clip that I saw, at least. It ends with Aries squirting baby oil on the boy's back as he's sitting in his underwear. It's like, yo, I really feel like this is probably the most disturbing thing I've ever seen, because like on the internet on a daily basis you come to see wild stuff and you become desensitized after a while, you know, shootings, sometimes even stabbings and things like that. I've never seen anything like this before, so for me this is really disturbing. And most of all, it wasn't even funny. It wasn't humorous, right? It's like, where was the comedy in this? Like, I understand a comedian's job is to find humor in everything, in every situation, but there was no humor. This wasn't even mildly amusing. This was like weird. This is like, yo, to me, this was what I would imagine. I'm not into, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what cultures we have watching this. It's so many different cultures that come across my videos and from different places and stuff like that. Understand this, right? In the black community, we don't play about children. We don't play about pedophiles. We don't do that. So for them to even think that they could do this and get some type of comedy out of it is crazy, right? And it's really kind of confirmation for so much that we hear in Hollywood about molestation and things like that. And the first thing you say, of course, is, where were the parents at? But from my understanding of things that I'm reading, Tiffany Haddish took them kids home, which would imply that the parents was not involved in this. They must have known her and trusted her to do this, and this is what she wanted to do with their kids. That's disturbing, bro. That's disturbing. And to me, I'm trying to understand, how is this not considered child porn? Like, all right, so I went and I did some searching, right? So according to Oxford, I asked, what is pornography? The definition. It says printed or visual material containing the explicit description or display of sexual organs or activity intended to stimulate erotic rather than aesthetic or emotional feelings. So would this fall somewhere under that? Because it was explicit description of sexual activity, having him jerking the train in motion. Like, that's softcore type of child porn, it feels like. So according to PBS, pornography usually refers to representations designed to arouse and give sexual pleasure for those who read, see, hear, or handle them. Again, does this fall under that category? An argument could be made. Like, I'm not mad if they go ahead and charge them for this, because those kids are older now and they're suing, but we need more than that. And I do find it interesting, just a little caveat, the people that people associate with, right? Like when Tiffany was coming up, one of her biggest advocates was Charlamagne. I remember on the Breakfast Club, him giving her a gift on air, and you know, there's a lot linked to him and his past and things like that as well. So, and now you also have Jason Lee, I saw earlier online, trying almost to take the heat off Tiffany and blaming the parent. And it's just interesting, the associations that people have and the people that's going to come out and defend this type of behavior. What y'all think, man? Check on Twitter if y'all really interested in seeing it. But I think I've given a good enough description for those who are sensitive to that type of stuff, that you really don't want to see that. Take my word for it. Should they be charged? I know I wouldn't be mad if they was, because that's a no-no. It's King Blake. It's food for thought. More content on the way. This was a tough one. We out of here.